the next generation of lifestyle awareness that will transform your life significantly. Hi, welcome to Living Wow Out Loud. I'm your host, Callie Ray, founder of the Living Wow Center and author of the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. Living Wow is a lifestyle of choice and intention that was born from the truth that, number one, your body is designed to heal if you give it the environment to do so. Number two, you don't need a label or permission to be the expert in your own body. And number three, more than 80% of all diseases can be prevented or reversed by lifestyle. Unfortunately, this isn't what we're taught in our standard American diet and lifestyle culture. This podcast is a voice of hope and community where you will learn how to live a life of thriving that honors and embraces those three truths. Though you are an individual, you are not alone, and you can thrive living wow too. What's up with fasting? Have you noticed that fasting has entered into the mainstream of diet fads? You may have heard the term intermittent fasting or seen the ads for a diet program that helps you jump on the intermittent fasting bandwagon. You may also have heard me say that living wow isn't a diet or a fad, but rather a lifestyle of awareness and a series of perpetual choices. So when I'm asked about intermittent fasting, the reality is that it's an integral part of living wow, but probably not for the reasons you might expect. When I examined the rhythm of living wow that helps maintain the structure for awareness and choice, I realized that fasting has always been a part of my lifestyle, and I learned very early in my life the benefits of fasting, although I didn't appreciate the far-reaching effects. As with all things living wow, fasting is extremely individual based on your body and your journey. But there are general truths that benefit anyone as you learn to apply the principle of fasting. As you internalize this external behavior, you will find the rhythm that supports you best. For the sake of examination and education, I will share with you my knowledge and experience with fasting across the continuum in which I practice and benefit. I was first taught to fast by my mother, who was well ahead of her time with lifestyle medicine, which, of course, I didn't recognize or appreciate until I came into my own realization and study of health and the critical lifestyle component. As a family, we participated in a religious practice of fasting monthly and then donated the money that we would use for the food that we would have eaten and donated that to the needy. It was during these formative years of my life that my mother taught me that the physical act of fasting was a way to set aside the physical needs of the body and be more closely in tune with our spirit and connect with God. I witnessed my mother frequently fasting when she needed spiritual guidance or healing. Of course, throughout all time and religions, fasting has been used as a conduit for prayer to connect with the divine. As I fell into nutritional healing and became curious about ancient and alternative healing methods, the toxicity of our planet and lifestyle became strikingly clear to me. I recognized that many of the diseases that are rampant in our world are because of the toxins that are poisoning our systems. Our bodies are designed to offload toxins and keep rogue cells in check. However, I couldn't deny that supporting the systems of detoxification made sense because of the sheer volume and novelty of these toxins in the modern world. As I began to be aware of toxins and strategically eliminate them or minimize them in my lifestyle, my health dramatically improved. As I began to intentionally support the systems of detoxification regularly, I found that fasting and cleansing go hand in hand. So as I began to develop Living Wow into a replicable lifestyle for thriving, even with autoimmune diseases, a fasting rhythm emerged. Yes, it is intermittent because it's not continual, but to me, it's more of a cyclical fasting. You no doubt will recognize or create your own rhythm that meets your needs and season of life. I will share with you what I do in my Living Wow lifestyle to support optimal health. Daily, I found that a 16-8 schedule works best for my body and schedule. This means that I strive to eat between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and only consume water from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. This allows my body plenty of time to rest and digest in a parasympathetic state and helps create a rhythm that doesn't include late night binging or snacking, which is when my stress and emotional eating triggers tend to be most in play. It also takes you beyond the morning temptation hours for the sweet, carb heavy processed foods that are notoriously breakfast, like donuts, pastries, or cereals. I never really thought of this daily routine as fasting, but this is the daily fasting that is now popularly referred to as intermittent fasting. Monthly, it probably goes back to my childhood fasting rituals, but I find that starting the month off with a fast is a great way to boost my energy and reset my system. Paired with doing 10 and 30-day reboots throughout my transformation process, I have a rhythm that has become the underpinnings of Supercharge, the monthly jumpstart into living well. I often start my personal Supercharge with a 24-hour fast and then go into 10 days of ultra clean eating, fasting from all inflammatory foods and beverages. I have evolved into this routine the 1st to the 10th of each month for consistency, and it benefits not only my body, but also my mind and spirit. Just as we donated the surplus money from our fasting experience religiously, I find that there is surplus time and energy to use in study and meditation when I'm not preparing or consuming foods. I frequently feel more connected to the divine with clarity of purpose and thought during those fasting periods. Finally, and most notably, are the seasonal fasts that come from the practice of cleansing. As you learn the language of your body and begin to recognize the cues of nature in supporting your body, seasonal fasting or cleansing becomes a part of the rhythm of life. The seasonal fast is more extreme and longer because it marks a transition and a new focus. Just like you clean and decorate for different seasons in your home, you clean and decorate for different seasons in your body, mind, and spirit. This may look like a 24 to 48 hour water fast, a 7 to 10 day juice or liquid fast, or a seasonal supercharge specific to the time and season. These seasonal fasts are often supported with herbal teas, essential oils, and super juices that elevate the food as medicine for cleansing and healing. I designed these seasonal fasts around my body's needs and nature's cues, and although there are common characteristics, each one is unique to the season. So, what's up with fasting? Well, it depends on what time of day, month, or season you ask. Always know that an opportunity to fast is always around the corner. Whether, like my mother, you find connection and guidance from God during your fasts, or like me, you find rhythm and healing of my body, mind, and spirit. Generations of time, civilizations, and healers can't all be wrong. You just have to look beyond the sad perspective of deprivation and hunger and see the wow possibility of clarity, wisdom, and healing. Hey, if you find value here on the Living Wow Out Loud podcast, will you please share it with your friends and take a minute to rate it on the platform that you're listening on? That's how we live wow out loud. You know that more people need hope and they need the messages shared. And that's how we get recognized among all the noise. This is where you find your voice. Will you please share and subscribe and rate so that we can grow? After my personal transformation from surviving to thriving with autoimmune diseases, I was completely astounded that the experience was not what I expected it to be. Instead of resenting my body and being forever trapped with a legacy of bad genes, as I had believed would be my fate, I looked and felt 20 years younger. I had dropped weight that had plagued me for decades, eliminated chronic pain that no doctor, therapy, or medicine could relieve, and found energy that I hadn't had since I was 16 years old. Because this is not what I expected, and because I wish someone would have told me that there is another way than sad, I wrote the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. As I began to share the book and the message of change your story, Living Wow was born. After years of continuing to learn and study how and why lifestyle has such an impact on disease and the world being torn apart by a global pandemic, I can't stand by any longer keeping it to myself. You have to understand that the power is in your hands. The power is in your body. The power is in your lifestyle. The Living Wow Center is a holistic wellness practice that utilizes the framework of the Living Wow lifestyle to identify system failures or maintenance needs. Whether you just need a tune-up or a complete systems overhaul, we support you as an individual to get back out on the journey and living wow. We will work with you to determine levels of function, needs, tools, resources, and/or providers that may be best equipped to guide you as you step out of the negative health cycle and turn it into a positive health cycle. The Living Wow Center offers a revolutionary, comprehensive approach to healing, coaching, and support that is necessary in our complex, sad world. Schedule your complimentary consultation today to see how Living Wow can support you. I'm super excited to announce Supercharge for you. We are changing the name of the Living Wow Challenge to more clearly represent the monthly support program where you take Living Wow for a 10-day spin. I know 10 days doesn't seem like much, but it is, and that's why it's now Supercharge. Living Wow Supercharge is a 10-day supported focus on eating a clean, nutritionally dense diet with intention as you jumpstart into the Living Wow lifestyle. You will feel lighter, more energetic, and empowered with your nutrition. You will experience the power of nutritional healing with less pain, more energy, and a better mood. The Supercharge includes a comprehensive 10-day seasonal menu, recipes, videos, quick start guides, and links to resources. You begin with a prep, then daily support, and wrap up with a review. This is the fastest, most immersive way to get started and feel the effects of Living Wow now. Right now, go to livingwowcenter.com. That's livingwowcenter.com to sign up now for the next Supercharge running the 1st to the 10th of the month. Early sign up ensures you a spot and gives you time to complete your preparation assignments as you gear up to Supercharge. Wow, you just finished another episode of Living Wow Out Loud. I hope you leave today empowered to live your best life and thrive. If you're ready to jump in and learn a little bit more about Living Wow, come check out the Living Wow Center. That's livingwowcenter.com. And maybe consider joining our next Living Wow Challenge. We run the 1st to the 10th of every single month. See you soon.